My wife never imagined that humoring her childhood best friend and letting him call me a weakling would become the final straw. I left the divorce papers on the table and walked away with nothing, even after years of grinding myself to the bone caring for her vegetative father. It all exploded at a party. I overheard one of her friends use that slur. The word stung, but what truly gutted me was Scarlett standing idly by, doing nothing. "Are you deaf?" I snapped. "He's insulting your husband right in front of you." She didn't even glance up. "Relax, it's just a joke. Do you always have to be so sensitive and kill the mood?" I soon learned the vile nickname had come from Liam, her so-called best friend. That was it. I packed my bag and left. Scarlett erupted. "What is your problem? You're a grown man. Stop being so petty. I'm the only one who puts up with you anyway." I felt no resentment, no self-pity, only cold, startling clarity. After all this time, I realized I'd married a woman devoid of basic respect. I didn't look back. Divorce was the only way out. It was time to cut my losses. The moment I heard weakling, something in me broke. Before anyone reacted, I slammed my glass down and locked eyes with the smug fool who'd said it. "Which one of you classless pricks has such a filthy mouth? Say it again to my face. I dare you." The room went dead silent. On cue, Liam's eyes welled up. He shrank behind Scarlett like a scared rabbit, voice trembling. "Scar, I didn't know he'd take it like this. We're just joking around. Does Leo really hate me that much?" Fake tears followed. He looked like the victim here. Scarlett instantly stepped in, shielding him. "What's wrong with you?" she hissed. "You're scaring Lee. Can't you take a joke? Why do you always overreact?" She glared at me as if I were the one attacking an innocent. "A joke?" I was shaking. "He made up that name. Does he have the guts to say it to my face? Or does he only talk trash behind my back?" "Enough," Scarlett shouted. "Leo, stop it. Lee would never do that. Even if it slipped out, it was just messing around. Why are you so obsessed? Look at yourself. You're being aggressive and pathetic." She defended him, twisted his malice into playfulness, and framed my anger as irrational. Liam cried harder behind her. "Scar, don't fight because of me. It's my fault. I'll shut up next time." "Leo, I'm sorry." The apology was transparently manipulative. That set off her friends. They circled like vultures. "Leo, she's right. It's not a big deal." Lee said, "Sorry, just drop it. You're ruining the night. Scar's always been good to you. We've known Lee forever. Be the bigger person." "You hear them," Scarlett said, emboldened. "Everyone thinks you're making a big deal out of nothing. Can't you act like an adult? Apologize to Lee, and we can move on." Apologize to the coward who started this and was now playing victim. I looked at her defending another man, at her hypocritical friends, at Liam's tear-streaked but smug face. I felt sick. One more second in that room would have suffocated me. I grabbed my bag and walked out without another word. That night, for the first time, Scarlett came home instead of running to Liam. She stood in the bedroom doorway, performing regret. "I'm sorry, okay? I didn't want to make things awkward in front of everyone. I'll always have your back from now on, I promise." "Lee feels terrible. He cried for hours. The others want to make it up to you too. They're planning a real apology. Just forgive me this once. For us. For all our years. 7 years." A sliver of hope flickered. I stayed silent. I didn't agree, but I didn't push her away. She took it as a yes. A week later, the apology dinner was held. Same place, same people. The air was stiff with fake politeness. Then the food came. My heart sank. The table was covered in spicy crab, chili fish, kung pao chicken, all Liam's favorites. Scarlett knew I was allergic to chili and could only eat mild food. She'd forgotten, or didn't care. Liam, dressed in a pretentious white suit, came over with a glass of baijiu. "Leo, my bad. I spoke out of turn last time. I'll punish myself with this." He downed it, cheeks flushing, then shot Scarlett a look of pride. "But you," he added, oozing fake concern, "you look thin from taking care of Mr. Roberts. Don't drink. The gesture is what matters, right, Scar?" Scarlett nodded eagerly. "Right. Lee's so thoughtful. Honey, just have water. He already drank his. That's sincere, right?" She acted like that one drink erased everything. Her friends chimed in. "Yeah, Lee paid his dues. It's nothing. Let it go. It's the thought that counts." I looked at the glass of water I was allowed to have, and the spread of food I couldn't touch. Any last warmth I felt for her vanished. I pushed the water aside. "So," I said calmly, scanning the table, "this apology for me features all of Liam's favorite spicy dishes, ignoring my allergy. You have him drink baijiu when you know I don't, and tell me the thought counts." I let a cold smile show. "Were you all raised in a barn?" Is this really what you think an apology is? Or is your idea of fun to mock my weaknesses and watch me suffer? Silence. Liam's smirk vanished. The others turned red, muttering, "So dramatic. So rude. He's humiliating Scar." Scarlett's face darkened. She slammed the table. "Leo, how dare you? We're trying here. Lead it as part. Everyone's giving you a chance. Why can't you just drop the attitude? Do you have to shame everyone? What about my face?" Her face. Always her face. Her friend's fake tears mattered. Her friend's fake peace mattered. My dignity, my health. None of it did. I looked at her twisted expression, heard her screaming, felt their judging stares. It was all a sick joke. I didn't say another word. I picked up my bag and walked out. This time, she didn't follow. I didn't need her to. I was done. At home, I stared into the mirror. I looked pale, but my eyes were clear. Memories I'd suppressed came rushing back. The night she ran out because Liam's car broke down, didn't come home till 3 a.m., smelling like another woman's perfume. "Don't be paranoid," she said. "He's like my brother." My birthday, spent eating cold takeout because our reservation fell through, only to find out she was at the hospital with Liam over his stomachache, posting pictures of him looking pitiful. "He has no one else," she explained. "You can celebrate any day." Nights, she spent smiling at her phone, texting him. "We're just talking. He's going through stuff. Stop being insecure. If something was going to happen, it would have happened by now." Best friend. What a joke. It was a blanket she used to cover up every crossed line, every intimate moment that wasn't hers to have. Every time I voiced pain, she called me dramatic, and he played the victim. I thought when her father got sick, she might finally grow up. Instead, she just got worse. Enough. I was done with the disgust, the lies, the marriage. The next day, I packed only what was mine: clothes, documents. I left the photos, the jewelry, the ghosts. As I zipped the suitcase, the door unlocked. Scarlett was back, maybe to change, maybe to see if I'd gotten over it. She saw the suitcase, the emptied space where my things had been. Her casual expression cracked into shock, then rage. "What are you doing?" Her voice turned shrill. She stormed over and kicked the suitcase. "Leo, are you insane? Packing. Where do you think you're going?" She was a furious animal, eyes bloodshot, chest heaving. I calmly picked up the suitcase and zipped it, not granting her a look. My silence enraged her further. "You, always the victim. After all I've put up with. Just because you helped with my dad, you think you can act high and mighty. You've been moody and impossible for months. I'm done. You want to go? Then go. Get out. And don't you dare come back. This house doesn't need a drama king like you. Let's see how far you get without me. You freeloader. Get out." Her scream echoed. I finally looked at her. The woman I loved wasn't there anymore. "Okay," I said quietly, "if that's what you want." I lifted the suitcase, wheels rolling steadily. I walked around her as if avoiding something foul and stepped out the door. Behind me, I heard her heavy, furious breaths. She didn't stop me. Maybe she thought I'd come crawling back. Maybe she didn't care. I didn't either. Her life was no longer mine. I walked away and didn't look back. It was finally over. Outside, I breathed freely for the first time in years. I didn't allow doubt. I went straight to the hospital and arranged a caretaker for her father. Then I blocked Scarlett on everything: social media, phone, even deleted the couple's profile picture she'd insisted we use. I booked a one-way ticket south, away from the suffocating memories and fake sympathy. I needed sun, salt air, and strangers. For weeks, I did nothing but heal. I slept late, walked barefoot on hot sand, let the ocean wash over my feet, ate street food at buzzing night markets, and rode a scooter with no destination. Here, there was no image to keep up, no face to save, no toxic best friend, no biased wife. Just me and the freedom I'd forgotten. I was at a beachfront cafe, watching the sun dye the sea gold and orange, when my phone buzzed. Margaret, Scarlett's mother. Word traveled fast. She was calling to guilt-trip me, no doubt. "Leo, where are you?" Her voice was slick with fake concern. "How could you just disappear? Scarlett is worried sick. It's irresponsible to leave your father-in-law with hired help. Tell me where you are. I'll have Scarlett come get you." Same old script. I remembered all the times she'd manipulated me into tolerating Scarlett's neglect and Liam's presence, using family duty and a man's responsibility. My feelings never mattered. This time, I wasn't playing. I cut her off with a light laugh. "Auntie, is Scarlett dead? Or are you?" I paused. "That's her father. Your husband. Why should I be his caretaker?" Silence. I hung up and blocked her number 2. I took a long, cold drink of coconut water. A burning, powerful sense of release shot through me. Under that brilliant sky, I smiled, truly and freely. It was goddamn exhilarating. I returned to my own apartment weeks later, refreshed and calm. I'd met a woman named Sophia while traveling. She was in town, and I'd invited her over. We were walking up to my building when a figure stumbled out from the parking lot. Scarlett. She looked wrecked, sunken eyes, wrinkled clothes, reeking of alcohol. She'd been waiting, done playing runaway. She slurred, her eyes burning with anger and desperation. Come home. You've embarrassed yourself long enough. Her sheer audacity ignited me. I stopped. Home. Scarlett, did you forget? You told me to get out. You said if I had any pride, I wouldn't come back. I listened. This, I gestured around, is my home. That place you call home is a landfill. I didn't miss the way her eyes darted toward Sophia. I never used to be seen with other women. Her face contorted. Rage took over. Who is she? She shrieked, stepping closer, alcohol thick on her breath. Leo, I said, who is this? My mother was right. You abandoned my father. And you're cheating already. We're still married, you bastard. You heartless jerk. She lunged to grab me. I stepped back easily. Heartless, you're the one with selective amnesia, who let her friends call me a weakling, who forced me to apologize to the man who insulted me, who screamed at me to get out and never come back. And now you want me back to play nurse. I moved closer. I gave everything for you and your family. I got nothing but disrespect. Take care of your own father. And as for cheating, I said coldly, you and Liam were inseparable. I take one trip with a friend, and you call it cheating. She stood speechless, trembling. I reached into my bag and pulled out a thick legal envelope. The divorce papers. The court has them. If you have anything else to say it to my lawyer. Don't show up at my home again making scenes. Leo, wait, you can't. She screamed, stumbling forward. But the heavy door was already closing. The lock clicked shut. That was the end. She finally understood I was serious. What followed was a pathetic display. She borrowed friends' phones to call. I hung up and blocked each number. Her friends grew tired of her drama and distanced themselves. She lurked around my building. Building security warned her off politely but firmly. One time, drunk, she tried to force her way in. I called the police. The official report humiliated her deeply. She wrote a long, rambling letter of apology, sent through a cousin I hadn't blocked. I didn't read it. Tell her we'll see each other in court. Send another message, and I'll block you too, I replied. The cousin never bothered me again. Her mother went crying to my parents, performing the grieving mother-in-law. My parents, who knew the whole story, showed her the door. Our son is finally free of your family's toxicity. Come back, and we'll file for harassment. She left under the neighbor's stares. Each rejection broke her a little more. She smashed her phone, screamed herself hoarse in that empty house, drank until she passed out on the floor. The face she valued so much was ash. In her despair, she turned on Liam. She scoured old chat logs and found a screenshot. In a group with her friends, Liam had bragged, came up with a new name for Scar's hubby, weakling. Fits right. Serves him right for being so stuck up. Her friends had laughed along. The truth gutted her. She'd excused it, even laughed at it. She'd been a fool, defending a snake, betraying her husband, destroying her own marriage. She went to Liam's apartment, screaming and pounding on the door. He opened it, annoyed. Scarlett, what do you want? You, she yelled, shoving the phone in his face. Weakling, it was you. You poisoned everything. You made me lose him. He went pale, then sneered. Me. You were the one who let them say it. You thought it was funny. You couldn't keep your husband happy, and now it's my fault. He rolled his eyes. It was a joke. He's the one who couldn't take it. You're better off without that loser. Now get lost. You're pathetic. He slammed the door in her face. She stood there, destroyed. She had done this. She handed him the knife. She kicked his door a few times in a rage before building security escorted her away. Just like that, their lifelong friendship was over. Liam blocked her everywhere and posted online. Avoid crazy ex-friends. Peace at last. The divorce was quick. In court, during mediation, she made a last, desperate play. Ignoring her lawyer, she threw herself on the floor sobbing. Your Honor, I was wrong. Leo, please, forgive me. I'll change. I'll give you everything. The house, the money. I'll do anything. Don't do this. She kowtowed, a spectacle of utter humiliation. The courtroom was silent. The judge was displeased. I didn't react. My lawyer simply stated, Your Honor, the defendant's instability further proves the marriage is irreparable. My client wishes to dissolve it. There is no reconciliation possible. Her lawyer tried a weak attack, accusing me of abandoning her sick father. The judge shut him down immediately. The obligation lies with the daughter, not the son-in-law. Scarlett, a mess, could barely string a sentence together. The ruling was inevitable. Divorce granted. When the gavel fell, she collapsed, hollowed out. She had lost everything: her husband, her money, her status, her dignity. The story of her courtroom breakdown spread everywhere. Her friends cut her off completely. They whispered, "That crazy divorcee who kneeled in court. So pathetic." Relatives shook their heads. She threw away a good man. Now she has nothing. Liam, of course, told everyone his version, painting her as unhinged and himself as the lucky escapee. She tried to find a job. A former colleague asked for a reference, said carefully, "She's competent, but her personal judgment is questionable." The divorce was very public. She wasn't hired. Her mother berated her daily. "Useless. You lost your husband and the money. You've shamed me. You look after your father now. I'm done." Scarlett was completely ruined. The crazy ex-wife. The label stuck. She became a recluse, hiding in her misery, drunk and unkempt. She'd wander past bridal shops and stare blankly. A TV commercial showing a happy family could make her break down sobbing. A year passed. I had rebuilt myself. My career was soaring. I was healthy, confident, at peace. I traveled, trained, learned new things, met interesting women. Scarlett was a ghost from another life. I didn't hate her. Hate would have meant she still mattered. Then, one ordinary afternoon, I was driving my new car, stopped at a red light. My eyes drifted to the sidewalk. A woman shuffled along, head down, dressed in shabby clothes, carrying a cheap grocery bag. It was Scarlett. She looked a decade older, defeated, hollow. She felt my stare and looked up. Our eyes met. Time stopped. She froze. I saw the shock, then the crushing wave of recognition. Of me, healthy and successful in a clean car, and of her, decaying in the gutter. I was living the life she stole from herself. A universe of regret, shame, and hopelessness swallowed her whole. She wanted to speak, to run, to beg, but she couldn't move. She had no right. Her very existence in my world felt like a stain. The light turned green. My eyes moved away from her, as if she were a stranger. I drove off, leaving her standing there, a broken doll with her spilled groceries. I had moved on, soaring high. She was trapped in the hell she made, forever. And that was exactly what she deserved. As for forgiveness, she wasn't even worth that.